You're awake? You get fun?
I figured if you could be here, I could be here. So. I did want to follow up with something you did say last night in the debate. I wanted to ask you about. You mentioned the Rebuild Houston Fund. There's $100 million in that fund. Originally, it was supposed to be 125. Can you tell me what you meant when you said 100 million last night?
It was 125 million in the first year. I don't know what it is exactly this year. Something north of 100 million. I was just rounding the number.
But it doesn't have to stay at 125?
No, the language specified that the rate had to be set in such a way that 125 million was generated in the first year, and then it's silent after that, which is why I believe several of the people who are running for mayor say they're going to end the program because they can reduce the fee to its meetings. And I think it's important to tell the voters that at least right now we're generating more than $100 million a year, and that's going straight into streets and storm flood prevention.
Let me ask you, do you think that gets at the spirit of what the voters voted on? I think that probably the citizens thought they were voting to maintain 125 million.
Absolutely, and I went through this at the time. We did a really accurate calculation on what the drainage fee would need to be in order to generate $125 million a year. And where we miscalculated was that we didn't realize what the average size lot was in the city of Houston. And so there was a lot of discussion that the average price would be $5. And when it turned out that once we took it down to the lot level, the average lot price was out of the $5 range, we reduced the fee. And so that lowered the annual amount that would be coming in. But over time, the city of Houston continues to grow, and that number grows. And so I don't know exactly what it is. It's north of 100 million.
Mayor, could you chat a little bit about the first 5 years of the open space ordinance and the Parks Recreation Dedication Fund, and that so far that money has not gone toward acquiring land as a lot of people had anticipated it would. It's gone towards improving parks.
It was passed before I became mayor, so I don't know what the original discussion was about it, but the language in the ordinance is fairly broad, and we have, and clearly in working with neighborhoods, they're interested in acquisition of new parkland, but they're also interested in making improvements in their own neighborhood parks. And so our commitment to the neighborhoods was that we would try to keep the open space money in those neighborhoods. Some places, there's really no effective way to spend it on acquiring new land. And so we put it into overhauling the parks that are there. Now the good news is, though, that it's also available for bio-greenways, and this bio-greenways 2020 expansion will vastly increase the acreage of parks we have across the city of Houston, and will give us an opportunity to put more usable green space into virtually every neighborhood in Houston. So we're excited about the opportunities to really expand going forward.
In the Parks CIP for 2014 through 2018, there's only 70,000 set aside for land acquisition out of this fund, and millions more going into improvements like playgrounds, trails, etc.
That's what the neighborhoods have asked for. And again, if we make a commitment that says new development in your neighborhood will generate some open space dollars, and either the land values are such that either land values or the existing density is such that you can't acquire a large park space, what do you do with it? You make the parks you have better. And we've met that commitment to the neighborhoods. That's why this Bio-Greenways initiative is so exciting, because this is really an untapped resource that we don't have to. There is land acquisition in the Bio-Greenways 2020, but most of it is taking land that currently exists and making it more park-like with the trails and then other amenities to be added later. And we think this meets not just the letter of the ordinance, but the spirit of the ordinance.
Some parks advocates have criticized the city for what they call having or reluctance to create pocket parks or neighborhood parks. They want these big parks. What's your sense of that?
Well, I think they're inaccurate. We have all sizes of parks in the city of Houston, and our Parks Master Plan, you know, you have you've got the big destination parks, you have regional parks, you have neighborhood parks, and we scale down. The true pocket parks, in fact, I lived in East Montrose for a long time, and we had a pocket park that was just, it's one, 5,000 square foot lot in size, and there are a number of those scattered across the city of Houston. They are maintenance issues, and in order to have pocket parks, you need the neighborhoods willing to step up and maintain those pocket parks. And a lot of neighborhoods are willing to do that, and we're happy to work with them if they are.
Mayor, I hope this ain't off limits because you talked about one part of the debate last night. What is your assessment of two candidates accusing you of corruption?
It's campaign season, and it's all about rhetoric. Not a single person has given a shred of evidence to any allegations that they've raised. And if it's getting late in the campaign season for them to finally come rushing in with some fact that's not been uncovered. I've been in public office now. This is my 16th year. I have 15 years of financial disclosures, required financial disclosures have been filed. I've put out 7 years of income tax returns, and in fact, I would hope that if you're interested in real transparency, that you would ask my opponents to release their income tax returns so you can see where they've made their money, where they've put their money. It's just empty rhetoric.
Okay, that's it, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor.